ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick,
Oh, I'm a little smelly. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the 2019 X-Men Wendigo Build-A-Figure Waves Mr. Sinister. To pick up the set, you can do so at Megalopolis, City of Collectibles, where you can pick up your Marvel Legends and all kinds of other action figures. They have their daily deals and an awesome rewards points programs. Check them out, link in the description below. So I never really longed for a new Mr. Sinister figure, but hey, we have one right over here, not looking too bad already. On the side, you can see a nice image of Mr. Sinister, and then on the back you can see Mr. Sinister again. There's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's the other figures from the wave, and then we get Mr. Sinister on this side as well, and a spot varnished X logo in yellow on the top. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Mr. Sinister out of the packaging, and I gotta say, so far this figure looks really good, man. This is one that I was kind of on the fence about because I did like the first version quite a bit, but this is actually looking like quite an improvement, and I do like the aesthetics a lot. Now, he doesn't come with any accessories aside from the Build-A-Figure piece, so let's just get a closer look at Mr. Sinister. Now, looking at the head sculpt for Mr. Sinister over here, I think it looks great. I do prefer him smiling like this as opposed to the gesture that we see him from the Toy Biz version, which still doesn't look bad to me at all. I still like this, but yeah, that chin is super narrow, and I don't know, I just like this a lot. Now, it does look like he has a little bit of that black paint from his lips mixed in with the teeth right there, so he did get some lipstick stuck in his teeth. It's a little frustrating. If I had picked this up from the store, maybe I'd, sort through a few of them to find the one with the best paint apps, but yeah, you can see right there. And I did say paint apps, but yeah, just got a little bit, black right there, a little bit right there on the teeth, so it's a little frustrating. The eyes look really good, though. The whole diamond right over here looks great. The hair looks really clean, so I do like that. Nice white paint, and you can see he doesn't have the little spikes coming up on the sides. We do see that on this version right over here, so no little spikes right over there. But yeah, great looking Mr. Sinister. Huge collar, I do like that, and the cape looks fantastic. I like how the cape came out quite a bit. I love how it has this huge arching movement going on right there, so that is great. That makes me very happy. This whole shoulder piece and collar looks like it's just an added assembly, just added on top of the rest of the figure, so that's really cool. And it's not bendy or anything like that. There's no bendy wire in here. These are all very flat, but yeah, you get two different layers, and I think that looks really good. Some of them are connected together like this, but they do split off at the bottom. And then you get these right over here. Well, there's a split right there in the middle, but not at the bottom, so they're all just a little bit different the way they're connected. I think that is really cool. Very well layered with this navy blue. Really like it a lot. Kind of reminds me of getting a car wash, right? Doesn't it? But looking at the rest of the figure, and I'm not sure if they reused parts from Colossus or Cable. I will do some comparisons later on, but I do love the metallic plastic that we're seeing right here. And we're getting these ribbed arms and torso. The whole figure pretty much has this rib pattern right there sculpted in there, and I think that looks great. Very subtle, very few marbling areas on the figure. I think it mostly looks very clean, especially like on the chest right here. Unfortunately, a little bit of a paint scuff right there, and it was already like that for me, but yeah, not a big deal. The belt right here is pretty cool. You can't really shift it around too much, and then the legs look really good. You get these huge boots going on past the knees, so that's pretty cool. I like that dark blue color. The hands look great over here too. I like that. We get a fist on this side. It would have been cool if he came with interchangeable hands, you know what I mean? Having him use like both wide open hands would have been pretty neat. And then looking right over here, you get these nice cuffs and everything. It's actually sculpted into this part of the foot right here at the very bottom. I'll go into the articulation a little bit more in just a second. You get peg holes right there at the bottom of the feet. And I did want to admire these little wrist cuffs right here. I do like those as well. That, just to be thorough, I want to get a better look at the back of the figure. You got your Mr. Sinister butt right there, and then they're just looking at the Mr. Sinister back. Now to go over the articulation on Mr. Sinister, his head can look very far upwards. It does run into the collar right there, but he could still look up that far, which is pretty cool, and he'll look down that much. His head does shift forward and back a little bit. It's tricky to do because the collar gets in the way. No real head tilting right here, but you can turn his head side to side quite a bit. It will run into the collar, which is made out of a soft material, by the way. I really appreciate that. So you can get it to bend a little bit, but without running into the collar, it'll only turn to the side that much and that much. Shoulders move outward pretty far. You can move them down, which is great. They're going to run into these shoulder pads right here if you're moving them forward, but it is a little separate right here, so you can get him moving his arms forward that much and back. If you leave him in one of these type of poses with the arms forward or back, I have a feeling you're going to warp the plastic right here. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in all the way, so that's great, and then both wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. He has an ab crunch forward, ab crunch back, waist swivel, hips move outward very far, and he can kick forward and back, upper thigh cut. Well, it's just right actually at the boot right there, so it's like more like an above the knee cut, and then double jointed knees, which look really good, and then he has side to side motion at the ankles. You can move the ankles down, they will move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. And to measure out this Mr. Sinister figure, you can see that he is standing a little over 7 inches tall. And for your Marvel Legends Mr. Sinister figure comparison, we have our Hasbro version next to the Toy Biz version, and these both look awesome. I always thought this was a good Mr. Sinister figure. That's why I was kind of on the fence about getting really excited about this one right here, but I do like this one a lot. I don't know, out of the two, which one do you like more? I'm actually kind of leaning a little bit more towards the Hasbro here. Even just the silhouette of this figure makes me think of Mr. Sinister, you know? So yeah, both great looking figures, but I think I'm leaning more towards this one. And then here's our Hasbro Mr. Sinister next to the Hasbro Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, and thanks again, Matthew, for sending the replacement left leg, because I did break the ankle on this figure right here. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And I do like the height difference between these two, so that is very cool. Compared to the Toy Biz one right there, yeah, I do think that looks a little too tall, seeing Mr. Sinister next to Apocalypse like that. So yeah, seeing this height difference right here, I don't know, I just think it looks a little better. Then here's Mr. Sinister next to the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, and we have Deadpool. And then here's Mr. Sinister next to a couple other Hasbro X-Men figures. We have the 80 Years Colossus, and we have Cable. Now, I really did think that they may have reused the arm from Cable on this Mr. Sinister, but nope, I'm not seeing that at all, and I'm not seeing any parts from Colossus being reused on Mr. Sinister either. So yeah, this is 100% brand new all the way. Except for maybe the hands. Is that possibly reused from something else? Probably. And then here's Mr. Sinister next to the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. We have our X-Force Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Guardian, Boom Boom, and Cannonball. Just have the Build-A-Figure Wendigo coming up soon. Maybe Monday? Or maybe sooner. I don't know. And then here's Mr. Sinister next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa! The Joker! Oh man, I'm so looking forward to your movie. Oh, I could see you already put on a happy... So I really do like this Mr. Sinister figure a lot. I think it is a great upgrade over here, so I'm very pleased with that, man. We get some new things over here, like this new head sculpt I really like, even though the paint apps around the mouth, especially the bottom lip area, yeah, it gets a little bit weird. And there are some things about the older figure that I like. It has some sculpted details here and there that we don't get with this one, but I don't know. I just feel like the general look of this Mr. Sinister figure is exactly the kind of look of Mr. Sinister I want in action figure form. And even though it's shorter than the Toy Biz version, it's still a pretty bulky figure. Not including the Build-A-Figure, it's the largest figure in the wave. So I'm pretty happy with this, and at the price point of around 20 to 25 bucks, I'm giving this Mr. Sinister a stud rating of I love it! And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please hit that like button if you like the video, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already, and a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel over on Patreon. If you're interested in the giveaways and daily posts, just posted 2 videos 2 days in a row. So yeah, video today, I did an unboxing, and then yesterday, I did another video, a little behind the scenes thing. So yeah, check that out if you're interested, and if not, that's okay too. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, be sure to check out marvelousnews.com, and don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face is